So memory lapses, I believe two of the most costly words to your life are I forgot, right? I forgot to do it. I forgot to bring it. I forgot that conversation. I forgot that meeting. I forgot what to say. I forgot, all the time people come to me and say, my spouse, I text them, tell them to take out the food out of the freezer and stuff like that. And they say, yes, I'll do it. And they come home and what happens? They didn't do it. They forget to turn off the oven. They forget to pick up the kids, all this stuff, right? You forget their names. How many people have ever forgotten somebody's name? Raise your hand. Right? And so it's hard. And so what I want to say is that part of it is this digital distraction that we have, but there's also this digital overload. But the third supervillain, I would say, is digital dementia. And this is a new term in healthcare. How many people have heard this term? Some of you? It's basically where we're so dependent on our smartphones to do everything for us. Right? It keeps lists, to-dos, your schedules. It does simple math. I was out to dinner with a group of people, and I swear to you, at the end, the bill came. It was 10 of us, and 3 people took out their phones to divide by 10, right? Because we're so reliant on that. GPS, right? Tell us where and when to turn. And phone numbers, right? How many phone numbers did you know growing up? How many phone numbers do you know right now? Right? And you go, Jim, I don't want to memorize 300 phone numbers, and I don't either. But we've lost the capacity to remember like one, right? Or one passcode, or what was my room number in this hotel, right? Those kind of things. And so these memory lapses, what I'm saying, the good news is these memory lapses are fixable, all right? So I'm going to share with you those things. But it requires you to be fully engaged and really harness this muscle called your attention and focus. So we're going to play a very simple game. You've played it before. I don't think it's going to be new for everybody. But I want to get you back into that 8-year-old state, right? So you can learn faster. Because here's the key to long-term memory. Do this. Information. Do this. Information combined with emotion becomes a long-term memory. One more time. Information combined with emotion becomes long-term memory. And you know this because how many of you could listen to a song and it can take you back years? Because the information alone is very forgettable. Think about what you learned back in high school, right? The periodic table and all the other stuff, right? How much do you really retain? Because information is not memorable, right? Information combined with emotion becomes a long-term memory, that part of your brain. So how many people also, it's not maybe a song, but it's a food. You could eat a food and it could take you back to when you were a child. Or a fragrance, right? Information combined with emotion. And so what was the primary emotion you felt back in school? If this is the key to learning, right? Okay, here are 2 things. Half the room is bored, the other half of the room is confused, right? And isn't that true, though? And on a scale of 0 to 10, what's boredom on the emotional scale? 0, right? Information times emotion. If the emotion is 0, anything times 0 is what? And you wonder why you forget things. And so how do you make